than 24 hours away from Paint and Black 2, right here in the warehouse. A historic night with the first ever 880 Wrestling Steel Cage match. And so much more. But with Paint and Black 2 on the horizon, tonight here at Thursday Night Fights, it is the disco before the breakdown. And we have a fantastic card for you, including our main event for this evening, Dynamite Dani Mo, going one-on-one with the 880 Wrestling debut of SoCal's finest, the New Age Punisher, B-Boy. But with all that out of the way, who's ready for some wrestling? Your opening contest is a trios match scheduled for one fall.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the disco before the breakdown. Thursday Night Fights, 24 hours away from Paint It Black 2. To my right, the professional Paul Michaels. I am Toddy Tondera. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. What's up, Paul? How are you?
I'm doing well, Toddy. Ready for some trios action here on TNF.
Fighting out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is banned in 13 international hockey leagues. He is the current 880 Wrestling Hardcore Champion. This is the Muay Thai Maniac, the Shoot Psychopath, KC Warr.
Now tomorrow, Casey Warr has a date with the peanut butter zombie of the Dead Hand Society, Saturn Price, and looks like he needs to get something off his chest.
I fucking love that. You guys make me so happy when I hear you come out and sing my theme song. Nothing's better. We love starting on a high note, and I greatly appreciate y'all out here. But I'm here to talk about what happened at the end of last week's show. Of course, Nick's Wilde had to get involved in our match, take Brandon St. James out, and continue to be a nuisance. Fuck Nick's. Right? Now, we have constantly been battling the Dead Hand Society. Yeah, absolutely. I trust my boy Brandon St. James to take care of business tomorrow night, right? We got a cage match tomorrow night, right?
For the 880 championship.
But I don't have a match. Not yet, at least, because my thoughts, if Saturn wants to attack us from behind, when I had him dead to rights, giving Saturn the double minor, things didn't go our way. I was left isolated 2-on-1, and you never want to get caught down ice on an odd man rush. And I'm just gonna cut to the fucking chase. Saturn Price, I want you in a hardcore match tomorrow night, right here, right at the warehouse, Painted Black 2.
We've made it official.
And I will drink his fucking blood.
Not mincing any words is Casey Warr.
That half might be slightly less than official.
Whoa. You guys got me jazzed up. I'm ready for a fight. Now, I heard that, unfortunately, Tatiana's not feeling too well.
Get well, Tatiana!
Absolutely. Get well, Tatiana. So, being the glue guy that I normally am, you can slot me in anywhere, and a pair of my friends, very close friends, and a team that I absolutely love tagging against. I heard Catfight needs a third member tonight. Keith? Keith, Chaz, you got a center for y'all tonight. Let's do this.
Making their way to the ring from the toughest litter butts in town, this is the Big Bad Kitty Daddy, the Stray Cat, Chaz D'Amato. His partner is the Appalachian Cryptid, the Bearcat, Keith Haught. Together, they are Catfight!
Well, the Muay Thai Maniac made it official. We've heard the rumors backstage of a possible match between Casey and Saturn tomorrow night. The glue of the Steel City Killers just made it official. And speaking about the glue of the Steel City Killers, tying up some loose ends. Unfortunately, Tatiana is under the weather, but Keith Haught, Chaz D'Amato, Casey Warr make this trio team up.
We certainly wish our best to Tatiana and for her to get well soon. However, Casey Warr certainly not a bad fill-in here in this trios matchup.
And as you heard Eamon Payton say at the beginning of the evening, our main event tonight, Dani Mo and B-Boy.
Making their way to the ring. First, fighting out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and representing Empire, this is the Reject, J.T. Kirk. His partners, fighting out of Easttown, Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Calvin G. Lewis, Nipsey Nash. They are members only.
So we have a few substitutions in members only this evening. One of them being representing Empire from Hybrid Championship Wrestling, making his debut at 880 is J.T. Kirk.
And certainly, Toddy, we talked about this week the news broke of an official talent share between 880 Wrestling and Hybrid Championship Wrestling, and I believe J.T. Kirk is kind of here as part of that initiative to bring talent back and forth between Hybrid and 880.
I think members only. I thought the Reject was gonna start things off here, but it looks like Full of Cash, Nipsey Nash is going to be doing the honors, and conspicuous by what is in that bag. You got to think lumps of cash. And Keith Haught, the Bearcat, though Casey Warr is the center of the 880 Wrestling roster, Casey Warr being the center of Catfight this evening. And Nipsey Nash has been through 880 Wrestling, especially in our Dottie Block era. But since we've moved to the warehouse, those folks from Cleveland have seen our glow up, and they're jumping back onto the roster, which is quite peculiar to me, Paul.
Just a couple weeks removed from Nipsey Nash making his debut at the warehouse venue specifically, teaming against the Leaders by Example. So great to see Nipsey back here at the warehouse. But yeah, an interesting pairing here of kind of that Cleveland group versus the with the Canada group against an interesting trio here in Catfight and Casey Warr.
Casey Warr was originally part of our war with the state of Ohio. The Donnybrook on Dottie Block. The Steel City Killers versus Derek Dillinger and his students from Ohio. And the bad blood between Ohio and Pennsylvania, specifically Cleveland and Pittsburgh, it was before we were born, and it will last longer than we were on this planet. Double headbutt there by Catfight. Two of the hardest coconuts in the 880 locker room. Tag in to Calvin G. Lewis, the only official participant in members only, so I think that would be the de facto leader of this trios team this evening. Across the ring now from the Big Bad Kitty Daddy.
Seemingly in no rush to get physical with Chaz Devon. Now they're about to, we thought we were going to lock up, but quick kick there by Calvin.
Yeah, jockeying for position with that headlock. Well, that's something that I've seen a lot of opponents of Chaz D'Amato do. They try to play the innocent card because, I mean, he's built like a tractor trailer. Oh, big shoulder tackle. It's hard to go pound for pound, tit for tat against a competitor like Chaz D'Amato, a veteran of the T2T umbrella. Quick tags here by Catfight and Casey Warr. They're all going to get their licks in. Oh, Calvin with a big senton there.
A little assembly line action.
Being a working professional they are, I'm sure you saw some assembly lines in your day. I see your tie is back this week. I guess you got, in your opinion, there was a lot of, what did you say last week? A lot of smoke that engulfed that tie?
Yeah, potential exposure to a controlled substance. I'm not sure about it. Now, I have not seen the direct deposit hit yet for that dry cleaning that I sent you the invoice for.
Well, be that as it may, we do have a trios contest to get to. Well, I'll check my junk folder. But this audience here at the warehouse, hoping Casey Warr drinks the reject's blood tonight.
So
nose to nose, yeah. What's a morbid curiosity our fan base of 880 Wrestling has? Not really your style?
Not always. Sometimes I can appreciate it a little bit. I like when people get a little bit rowdy here at the warehouse. Letting people get into it, but I don't know why we do the blood drinking thing. I don't know.
Well, not all of us drink blood, but some of us do, yes. Oh, into the corner there. JT Kirk. Oh, big double knees. Speaking of Empire, speaking of Hybrid Championship Wrestling, the rumor is there's a few other members of that said roster in the locker room tonight, so keep your eyes peeled. Oh, jackknife cover two, just a 2 count.
Yeah, we're immediately seeing that talent share agreement that got announced this week in action. So it'll be very interesting to see how these Hybrid Championship Wrestling talents kind of, mesh here and match up against the 880 talents.
Well, currently, the Hybrid World Champion and the Young carries their top championship, and Casey Warr, who's in there right now, him and his fourth line brethren, Brandon St. James, were the inaugural Hybrid Tag Team Championship, so of course they want to knock on our door when we have their championships.
Yeah, they got to come back and get their titles back. We've kind of had a little bit of a stranglehold on numerous divisions of Hybrid Championship Wrestling. That's Bearcat back in this thing.
Oh, little battering ram action. Nipsey Nash gets an ultimate headbutt, dragging Nipsey to the center of the ring. Oh! Oh! Triple headbutt and a cover. 2. Oh, just a 2 count. Imagine those collection of coconuts smashing you.
I don't want to take one of them, let alone 3.
Reversal. Big knee to the back. But this is an opportunity not only for JT Kirk to show out for 880 Wrestling, but an opportunity for Nipsey Nash and Calvin Lewis here. Wait a second. Come on, Tony Leo. Turn around. But this is an opportunity from all 3 of these outsiders to make their mark. I mean, having a defeat over somebody like Keith Haught and Casey Warr could pay dividends for them as we continue this talent exchange. Especially in an opportunity like this, the Disco Before the Breakdown. A big Thursday night fights 24 hours away from Painted Black 2. People coming in for Painted Black 2 came out a little early and filling up the warehouse to see this trio as opportunity.
And for that matter, we know that tomorrow night at Painted Black, we have that Paint It Gold Invitational Battle Royal where the winner is going to get a TNF Championship match tomorrow night. So very curious if some of these folks from Canada maybe want to stick around, have a chance to kind of steal some 880 gold back and take that back to Canada with them.
We're talking about stealing here. This trios team attempting to steal the Bearcat away from Team 880 in the corner. And I'll tell you what, they better hope, they better pray that they could keep Keith Haught down, because Casey Warr is fired up. First hit missed connections for in our main event. Casey Warr defended the 880 Hardcore Championship against some guy named John, and it was a splattering in front of Austin and I that night. Table broke right in front of us. What a bloody brawl that is. Now, if Casey Warr introduces even half of what he introduced to John, I think Saturn Price could be in trouble tomorrow.
You think you guys are going to help Casey cheat in that match too?
Help Casey cheat in that match too. The audience here at the warehouse wanted us to participate. Excuse me, Paul. This is our family here. If our family calls us to action, just a 2 count there. And to be particularly clear about this incident, I did not do anything to some guy named John that some guy named John didn't have coming. I merely held up a chair and some guy named John was pushed into it. I never swung a fist. I never swung an object at John.
Well, nevertheless, great double team action there on Keith Haught by...
Splitting the goalpost there is Nipsey Nash and Kelvin G. Lewis. Oh, big splash. Tony down. 2 count. I'll tell you what, I wish that big bag of cash was put on the line. Can't believe that Nipsey felt compelled to bring a whole bag of cash to the warehouse. I don't think he'll be leaving with much of it. JT Kirk in there, up and over, sunset flip, and JT, you're a little new around here, but that's not a position you want to be in. Big Bearcat bumper.
It's a bit of a rite of passage, though, if you want to come in here. We take a look at the replay. Look at those shakes, and there's the impact.
Brought to you by Sidekick Media Services. I always say coming from the future and the past. And in comes Chaz D'Amato meeting center ice with Nipsey Nash. Chaz D'Amato is just going to run through you. His intensity, his emotion in that ring. Oh, kick low. Oh! Gave a little wedgie. That wedgie pile driver, but Kelvin G. Lewis breaks that up. Firing shots. It looks like it's breaking down.
6 participants in the ring at the same time. Looks like team not 880 kind of has everyone on the ropes here.
Well, taking too much time. A little dipsy doodle and a little reverse. And now team 880 is in control. Whoa. Ooh, big southpaw. Casey Warr making connection with Nipsey Nash. Oh, triple submission. Locking it up tight. And Saturn Price, if you're watching, this could be you tomorrow. And that's it, that's it.
Here are your winners, the team of Catfight and KC Warr.
What an opening contest. Casey Warr and Catfight victorious over JT Kirk, that hoodlum representing Empire, Kelvin G. Lewis and Nipsey Nash.
That triple submission. I don't remember who was legal. It doesn't matter if all 3 of them are tapping. And Casey Warr, the 80 Hardcore champion, filling in admirably for a Tatiana who was under the weather. Big trios win for Team 880.
A man of the people is Casey Warr. And I'll tell you what, 24 hours away, big hardcore championship on the line. Casey Warr, Saturn Price. Casey made it official. The leader of the LFG Mafia will be here at Painted Black.
Folks, give it up one more time for KC Warr and Catfight, your winners for this evening. We got a lot of great Warr action to come, along with, as we know just now, the challenge has been issued for a hardcore championship match for tomorrow night. KC Warr versus Saturn Prize. Another reason to make sure that you are here for Paint It Black 2 right here at the warehouse. But another reason that you should be there tomorrow, we're going to get to actually in just this few seconds, because I would like to welcome to the ring at this time Pittsburgh's favorite jagoff, Austin Carnes.
I didn't know he was here.
He's been here all day.
Give it up for Raymond, everybody, one more time. I didn't expect a choir, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Last time I was in this ring, if you guys remember, I may or may not have gave the first ever Carnes breaker to some guy named John right there in that corner. And as much as I would love to look back in the past at that moment, I'm actually looking ahead at the future. And by the future, I mean tomorrow, because tomorrow, right here at the warehouse, we will have the first ever steel cage match in this company's history. And as great as that is, I have the absolute privilege of introducing both competitors in that match to get some final words before that match happens. So let's start off by please welcoming to the ring the current 880 champion, Nix Wilde.
Here comes the trigger finger. If Nix Wilde defeats Brandon St. James tomorrow night in that steel cage, they will be the longest reigning 880 champion of all time. But tomorrow night, they've got to get through BSJ first. And 24 hours before the biggest match in 880 history, Austin Carnes has Nix Wilde and Brandon St. James and a little sit-down squabble. The stranglehold that Nix Wilde and the Dead Hand Society has had on 880 Wrestling has been insurmountable to this point. But when they're both locked in the cage, it's 1-on-1.
We've certainly seen Brandon St. James defeat Nix Wilde in a one-on-one scenario back in December. They had an eliminator match, and that's how Brandon St. James qualified for a title match at Unholy Holiday.
Thank you, Nix, for joining me in the ring. And can we also please welcome the challenger for the 880 championship. He is Satan's favorite saint, Brandon St. James.
Here comes our gutter phenomenon. The Canadian Deathmatch No Ring champion. One half of the Fest Wrestling Tag Team Champions. One half of the Hybrid Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Will there be another championship to add to the mantle of Satan's favorite saint tomorrow night? No two sicker competitors in 880 Wrestling to be battling for that championship ball.
If I were to pick any two people to lock in a cage in 880 for the very first time, I'd be hard-pressed to pick a different pairing than these two.
Well, thank you both so much for joining me. Can we take a seat and maybe have a little sit-down interview? There we go. This feels like two jagoffs all over again. I like it. Brandon. Okay, well, Brandon, I'm going to start off with you. Obviously, we're making history tomorrow. First ever steel cage match right here at 880 Wrestling in the warehouse. You've been chasing that championship for quite some time now. I gotta ask, how you feeling going into that match?
How do I feel? I feel pretty goddamn confident. Because unlike Nix Wilde, not only have I had success at 880 Wrestling, but I've had success outside of 880. I've won titles in other countries. Unlike you, I have been there for big moments. And I am ready to have the biggest moment in 880 history tomorrow night.
Well, with that being said, Nix, obviously you're going to be defending that championship against Brandon St. James inside of a steel cage. But I got to ask, on commentary, I've noticed this, Toddy's noticed this. We've seen Dead Hand Society constantly have outside interference. That can't quite happen in this match because you are both going to be locked in a steel cage. What's the strategy going into that match?
My strategy doesn't change, Austin. My strategy stays the same because my strategy has always been to be smarter. I've been smarter this whole time. I'm smarter than all these fucking people out here. Look at them. Look at all these slack-jawed fucking idiots that come here and cheer you as if I'm not the one that's carried this company on my back for the past 2 years. You want to talk? Shut the fuck up while I'm talking. I got all night. You won't see another goddamn match. You want to talk about success outside of this company? Yeah, Brandon. You have been. That's not a lie. That's true. You're successful. That's why it's so goddamn sad that you haven't been able to grab this. Because this is more important, and you know it, than every other accolade you've ever had. Because this is our building. This is our company. But not for the last 2 years. Last 2 years, it's been my company.
Well, this is clearly personal between the two of you. And Brandon, I know that you even said in the past that you two were once so close to the point where you were considered to be friends. Obviously, you're now going to be locked in a cage with Nix Wilde. I mean, like, how does that make you feel knowing that?
I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this narrative. I'm so sick of everybody bringing up the past. Austin, get the fuck out of my ring. Your job here is done. Get out of my ring. Get out of my ring.
It's better this way, Austin.
Sick of talking about the past. Because that Nix Wilde that you want to talk about, that you were friends with, they don't exist. Hell, they never even existed. Because that Nix Wilde didn't know who the fuck they were. But this one knows. I know exactly who I am, Brandon. I'm the 880 champion. I'm the black sheep. I'm the trigger finger of the goddamn Dead Hand Society. I built that up myself. And BSJ, it makes so much sense that you are in the very first cage match at 880 Wrestling. I understand. I'm stepping into your world. You're built for this, right? You're fucking built for this. Yeah. Oh my God, you're gonna walk out of this match looking like $1 million. You're gonna have your moment. You're gonna have your photo op. You're gonna make all these people happy. But I'm the one that's gonna walk out of that cage with the goddamn 880 heavyweight championship.
I got to appreciate you giving me my kudos. I do. I really appreciate that. But I'm fucking sick of all of your shit. I'm sick of the Dead Hand Society. These people are sick of the Dead Hand Society. And they're sick of you desecrating that beautiful fucking title. And tomorrow night, I'm gonna tear your fucking flesh open. I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, and I'm gonna take that goddamn title.
Can Nix Wilde take the heat? Wait! A little preview of Painted Black 2 here. Forearm shivers to the champ. Oh, low blow! Oh, look at this. Oh, package pile driver.
I'll see you tomorrow night, Brandon.
champion makes one hell of a statement 24 hours before their show. This is their show. A year ago, had a Match of the Year candidate at Painted Black 1 with Mateo Valentine, and Painted Black 2 said to be our biggest event of all time.
Tony, a lot's been said about the steel cage and Dead Hand Society not being able to get to that cage, but there is nothing that happened in that ring right there that is not legal in a steel cage match tomorrow night. And if Nick Wilde is able to execute, Nick Wilde will be the longest reigning champion in 880 history.
Well, that may be right, Paul, but that wasn't a wrestling match tonight. Our gutter phenomenon. Will he lead 880 Wrestling into a brand new era? Tickets on sale tomorrow. Tickets on sale right now for Painted Black tomorrow. Satan's favorite saint, Brandon St. James, challenges Nick Wilde for the 880 World Championship in a steel cage. And those two tomorrow, Paul, I don't know if 880 Wrestling is ready for what they're going to do to each other.
The door is open, the cold air is coming in, but that is not where these goosebumps are coming from.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not even for me to say, but that tomorrow night, that is going to be can't miss. Steel cage match, main event for Painted Black 2. If you don't have your tickets already, get them now at Ticket Leap, and follow us on social media at 880 Wrestling for the links as well.
Oof.
Now, I also want to shout out, speaking of our social media at 880 Wrestling, if you follow us over on there, you would have heard a very big announcement that we are incredibly proud of here at 880 Wrestling. We have developed a mutual partnership that we're very excited about with the folks over at Hybrid Championship Wrestling up in Ontario, Canada. Big shout out to William Porter and for everyone at Hybrid who have been fantastic partners, and we are so excited to bring more matchups, more talent, vice versa. We're very excited. And in the spirit of that, this next match is a singles match scheduled for one fall.
I don't see this on my runner. I guess Eamon has some information that I didn't, but oh my goodness.
Making his way to the ring, fighting out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and representing Empire, this is the present Matthew Grant.
Empire being the biggest wrestling coalition in Ontario, Canada. We saw JT Kirk out here a little earlier, and the present Matthew Grant, I guess, has something to say.
You can cut that amazing theme song. Thank you very much. This is where you make noise and you cheer for greatness, you stupid idiots. Wow, one person in the crowd got the memo. Great. You see, tonight I'm here representing Hybrid Championship Wrestling. And what you need to understand is us Canadians, we do it better. Better than Pittsburgh, better than the United States. And tonight, you give me anybody you want from the back, and I'm going to show you exactly how that goes down. Don't get mad, just get used to it.
Matthew Grant, he may be the present, but he's not a king. And if Matthew Grant wants to step up to the roster in 880 Wrestling, I got somebody that could show him a thing or two about hitting some dingers over some fences. It's the Hybrid Wrestling champion.
Making his way to the ring, fighting out of 829 He is Pittsburgh made, Pittsburgh paid, and internationally laid. He is the current Best Wrestling and Hybrid Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young!
Of course, MV Young captured the Hybrid Championship from one Wavemaker, Kyle Boone. And Kyle Boone held that championship for over 600 days. A veteran of that locker room would be one Matthew Grant.
According to MV Young, by his request, this match is now for the Hybrid Heavyweight Championship.
Well, Jack Phantom in the mix. Now, Matthew Grant, for those unfamiliar here in the United States. Matthew Grant, oh my goodness, the leader of Empire, a locker room leader in Hybrid Championship Wrestling. So when the Wavemaker, Kyle Boone, lost his strap to MV Young, Matthew Grant here is attempting to step up to the plate, but Matthew Grant, the top of his head almost touched the ceiling, Paul.
Well, he came out, he effectively asked for an open challenge, and he did say anybody back there. I want to take on Hybrid's finest, and he is very clearly bit off a little bit more than he can chew here, at least in the early going.
Yeah, there is a size advantage. Wait a second, jumping through. There is a size and strength advantage by the champion MV Young, but I'll tell you what, Matthew Grant has seen the same types of alleys and bars that MV Young has had. Matthew Grant, a regular in Canadian Deathmatch. Wait a second here. This time, MV Young catches them. Big apron bomb from the King of Pittsburgh. I'll tell you what, Matthew Grant coming out here talking about Canada being a better country than the United States. I don't know that any of us would argue the truth of that, but what we can argue is our locker room consistency in comparison to Hybrid Championship Wrestling. Right now, we have all their titles, Paul.
Absolutely. I don't know that I want to turn this into like a country versus country thing, because quite frankly, we might lose that.
Yeah,
but
they have universal health care, which Matthew Grant's going to need after being in there with the KOP.
But absolutely, if we want to talk about 880 wrestling again, the proof is just in the pudding there, Toddy. I mean, MV Young of 880 Wrestling is the Hybrid Championship Wrestling champion. We talked about the fourth line being the Hybrid Championship Wrestling Tag Team champions. If we have a kind of a little game of capture the flag, as it were, between the titles in these organizations, 880 Wrestling has the gold by a long shot here.
But I will say this, Paul. I mean, Matthew Grant, always calculated, always crafty, and I'll tell you what, the ego that you think Matthew Grant has right now, it's only going to be that much larger if he goes back to Ontario with the championship belt back. Oh! I think he needed to bounce off the ropes all those times to get a full steam ahead, a big spear knocking MV Young down.
And from what I understand about Matthew Grant, Toddy, is Matthew Grant is honestly two, particularly up to different areas of Canada, kind of very similar in a similar vein to what MV Young is to Pittsburgh.
Yes.
We talked about not having a king, but he kind of is royalty up there, to be quite frank. So it's very interesting to really see. This is a good representation of the two respective organizations that are now talent sharing.
Oh! Big forearm shiver to the mush of Matthew Grant, and if that hat didn't pop off, it sure would have done that now. I mean, MV could have held him up to the moon if he wanted to.
The size and the power disparity between these two individuals is keenly on display here.
Up and over. But don't count out Grant. He's crafty. What is this? Oh my goodness, that's Brandon St. James's crust cutter. 2. Oh, smearing that in the 880 locker room's face, why won't you?
Yeah, I think Matthew Grant has to wrestle a very specific style of match here tonight in order to kind of get one over on MV and take the Hybrid Championship back to Canada. And that's not it, by the way. That is not the style of match he wants to
Yeah, that's
wrestle
accordion style. It was folded up like one. Oh! You got to scrape him off the mat. It's over.
Here is your winner, and still hybrid heavyweight champion, MV Young!
24 hours away from Painted Black 2, East Coast versus West Coast. MV Young puts those championships on the line against B-Boy, who's here in our main event against Dani Mo. B-Boy, MV Young tomorrow. Get out of here, Grant.
I don't need any of you idiots anyway.
Classic vamping by Matthew Grant here. Get out of here, buddy.
This next match is a 10-person tag team match scheduled for one fall.
You say 10?
And that's the low end of, oh, well. What the?
Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Mitch. He's sometimes called a gentrifier, but tonight, he's simply your favorite wrestler, somebody named John.
Conspicuous by that dress coat that STNJ has
Before
on.
we get to tonight's action, I have some very, very important things to discuss. Specifically, the dangers of marijuana.
You should really hear this, Toddy.
You should really hear this, Paul.
Are you done? Clayton King is not here tonight. The emotional toll it took seeing that marijuana smoke blown into my face was just too much. I don't even want to say what happened to... I should know it at this point. I'm sorry. This guy right here. Our team was so... chanted like a bunch of drug-addled losers.
Some people applauded that.
The truth about marijuana is that it is more addictive than heroin and painkillers combined.
I have read that.
Where have you read that?
It is a greater scourge in pro wrestling than any steroid could ever be. Marijuana has ruined the careers of so many bright talents, including some of 880's own. Talents like Blizzy.
Speaking of, Blizzy Blake is here on TNF, and he has heard enough. I don't see you dancing, Paul. Wow.
Why'd you stop dancing? What's wrong?
You know exactly why you stopped dancing.
He is here. It's Clayton King.
That's why did I stop dancing. Of course, Clayton King coming out here in the garb that was stolen by, I don't quite know his name, but their intern.
I'm surprised he's even willing to carry that prop around, to be honest with you.
You idiots! That's not really Blizzy! It's Clayton!
Oh.
I wonder why they think it was Blizzy.
You need to stop! While that may have been in good fun, it was to send an important message about what marijuana does to you. It makes you dance like a dumbass who learned everything from Jeff Hardy. It makes your hair look like whatever this fucking mop is. You make questionable fashion choices like weed capes or genie pants. The effects of marijuana are so great and exemplified by Blizzy Blake. And unfortunately, I've been told that we must face Blizzy Blake tonight. But, do not worry. If there's one thing that 880 Wrestling's booking team cannot resist, it's a 10-man tag.
Well,
so we're going to have a 10-man tag. I want 3 people. I don't care who. Bring out the Dead Hand Society, the DOJ, parole guy. Bring them out. And then, Blizzy, you can get some people, too. We're doing this.
Well, I mean, John has a point about something, I guess. But out comes the Dead Hand Society. Scorched Earth over 880 Wrestling has been their message, and the prophecy fulfilled as their champion defends the title tomorrow.
Their partners, first representing the Dead Hand Society, the Viking Rover, Gunnar Bergmann, and his partner, the Peanut Butter Zombie, Saturn Price.
Well, the two big baddies representing DHS here, Saturn Price, Casey Warr, one-on-one tomorrow night for the Hardcore Championship, and the Viking Rover, Gunnar Bergmann. Now, behind the scenes and also in front of the cameras, these two have been jockeying for pole position inside the Dead Hand Society. But tonight, Paul, they're representing the same team, and that team is also with Leaders by Example.
And they look to be on the same page right now, but of course, matches can go kind of long. So we'll see if they're able to stick it through.
Well, I guess John, I guess somebody in the DOJ heard John, huh?
And their partner, accompanied by the muscle, Mickey Morris. He is representing the Department of Jocks and stands at 6'7". This is Dev Swayze.
Dev Swayze, who, representing the Department of Jocks, in recent weeks has singles win over the Psychedelic Dreams. And tomorrow at Painted Black, DOJ might be DOC, the Department of Champions.
What an eclectic grouping of folks. We've got Leaders by Example, Dead Hand Society, and the Department of Jocks all represented on one team.
I've seen Clayton's, I mean, three or four different dance moves from Clayton King this evening already. There we go.
Don't get too excited. It might not be him.
It is him.
Team number 2, introducing first. He is the Shaman of Smoke, the Cannabis Casanova, Blizzy Blake.
And the Leaders by Example's intern may have stole the J from Blizzy last week, but like anyone who's a high flyer. I mean, Blizzy Blake just has those anywhere. I mean, they're all over the locker room.
I can't believe he has more than one of those, I'll be honest with you.
I mean, he has more than 2 of those, I'll be honest. Wow, Aaron Woods getting in on the fun.
His partner, fighting out of East New York. He is old enough to know better, young enough to not give a damn. This is Shotgun Adams.
Shotgun Adams, originally part of T2T Brooklyn, becoming an everyday regular here at 880 Wrestling and coming out in the corner of Blizzy Blake. Let's see who else we got back there.
Their partner, fighting out of Tucson, Arizona, this is Electric CJ Monroe.
Paul, do you feel the sparks from one CJ Monroe?
It's hard not to. I mean, CJ Monroe has really been a staple here in the warehouse from the beginning of 2026 here. We got to see lots of firsts for CJ Monroe. First title match, first win. And to my recollection, this might be CJ Monroe's first 10-person tag. I might have just made that up, I don't know, but it could very well be true.
Yes, CJ Monroe, a big win over someone who I don't like, Zeke Mercer. And speaking of the tag team champions making their presence known here.
And their partners, accompanied by Billy the Alien, they are the current 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champions. The Prophecy, Alao Dreams, the Psychedelic Prince, Sammy Suntheimer, Psychedelic Dreams.
And Toddy, I certainly don't want to speak for these two, but I imagine a big part of why they're out here is because of Big Dev Swayze across the ring on the other side. You mentioned earlier, Department of Jocks with back-to-back singles wins over Psychedelic Dreams, and they were ready to get their hands on Dev.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is all breaking down before the bell has even rung yet. Oh, this one's going all over the place. Our camera crew trying their hardest to follow the action. It is broken down much like the disco. And I think you're right. When they saw that Dev Swayze was out here, they wanted to bring in the action. Well, he's talking about the momentum going into our big monthly events here. You need a win on the disco before the breakdown.
Again, just less than 24 hours away at this point from Paint It Black 2. We'll see a lot of the pieces of this matchup mixing up with each other.
You want to talk about pieces? The unnamed intern just blasted his mentor, Clayton King, and Gunnar frying pan chop to CJ Monroe, and their intern is getting run down by the Psychedelic Prince. Oh, Dev Swayze working on Shotgun Adams, the muscle Mickey Morris in his corner. Oh, big shot by Shotgun. And again, the bell has not even rung yet. This is not officially a matchup.
And I swear it's not my fault there has been no bell. I have not been signaled to ring it.
It is true. Not everything is your fault. It is true.
I get a pass here for sure. Alao and John.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out of here. Shotgun and Dev fighting right by us. Meanwhile, some guy named John in Alao by the ring here. And I still want to know about John's sports coat. More on that at 11.
Saturn Price mixing up with CJ Monroe. Of course, Saturn earlier in the night challenged by KC Warr for a 880 hardcore championship opportunity.
This is less of a 5-on-5, more of a 6-on-6 because we got the Leaders by Example's intern and, of course, Billy the Alien. 6-on-6, 7-on-7, who knows? Tune into Thursday Night Fights, you never know. Alao Dreams, though, has their footing underneath them in the ring. Well, wait a second. Flying through the galaxy is Alao. One half of the 880 Tag Team Champions making a mark at the disco before the breakdown. Wait, it's Clayton's in there by himself now. Well, that's another dance move we haven't seen, but Blizzy Blake has seen enough of his canoodling. And the Cannabis Casanova signaling to those purple clouds. I mean, my man dives off of balconies for a living. Now Blizzy Blake asserting himself as the team captain, and the bell has officially rung. Nice professional bell ringing you're doing tonight.
I appreciate that.
Oh!
And despite the fact that the match has officially started, we haven't really had any less chaos. Just a little bit of it's occurring in the ring now.
There's at least a match now, I suppose. A little preview of tomorrow, chopping down the tree. Dev is in no person's land, but that intern grabbing the ankle of Sammy Suntheimer, and the muscle Mickey Morris grabbing Alao. Can we cue up some Benny Hill music? The intern running around like a scaredy cat. Uh-oh, Clayton, you have a visitor. Oh. Big double-arm spike DDT. And the straps are down for Shoddy. But here comes the peanut butter zombie. Ooh, and could we be looking at the next 880 hardcore champion in the ring right now?
And mocking KC Warr there, and his signature LFG chant.
Well, he's the leader of the LFG Mafia, Paul.
Big back suplex by Saturn. Certainly appears to be ready for tomorrow, but now here comes Blizzy from behind.
Firing shots low. Those educated feet slipping through. Big backhand frying pan chop by Saturn Price. And a lot of folks in the Midwest call him the good Saturn. There's nothing good about Saturn Price. Up and over. And that engine of Blizzy Blake is only starting up now. And bring that ish around town. Oof. I don't know how you don't get dizzy, Paul, just watching Blizzy. I'm a little bit more accustomed to his ways. But there's the Viking Rover. Catching Blizzy Blake up. You want to know somebody who's looking to make a statement in 880 wrestling? It's Gunnar Bergmann. He's hit the scene hard in 880, and there's not many like him. And whoa! Drop down. But the man with the spark, CJ Monroe. That's brave of him going after the big bad Gunnar. Oh. Nothing in the pool.
CJ on fire there. Here comes John, though.
Oh, John trying to slip off the back of CJ. Slips down after a rake of the eyes. What the? Oh! I thought he was going for a credit check. Played with the cover, and that's it.
Here are your winners, the team of Dev Swayze, the Deadhead Society, and Leaders by Example.
What a chaotic 5-on-5 or 6-on-6 or 7-on-7, whatever that may be. Leaders by Example, the Dead Hand Society take the W at the disco before the breakdown.
You can see on the replay there provided by Psychic Media Services, great tandem offense by Leaders by Example.
What is this? Oh boy. And Nick's Wilde, I'm sure, proud of their cavalry, Saturn, Price, and Gunnar Bergmann, a part of the winning squad.
Again, John and Clayton just reaping the benefits of being drug-free, being able to keep their focus and get a big win.
Okay, I don't mean to peel behind the curtain there, but they may be lead a drug-free life, but you think your boy Gunnar Bergmann never had a whiff of the ganja?
I mean, I truly don't know one way or the other.
What a night it's been. Paint it black too tomorrow
All right,
night.
ladies and gentlemen, we got more great action like that still to come here tonight on Thursday Night Fights. But before we get to that, we want to thank some very important people, a part of the 880 family, who make Thursday Night Fights happen each and every week, and give them some shout-outs. They are incredibly vital to everything that we do here at this company. First of all, I want to thank our sponsors. Give it up to La Spada Contracting and Landscaping. Go visit them for all your home renovation needs. And also shout out to Arnold Glass and Vape.
Yes.
Don't listen to Leaders by Example. Go visit Arnold Glass and Vape. Food, drugs? Really? Good, yeah. I was going to say, not in this time. But if you want to be a sponsor for 880 Wrestling, be sure to send us an email at 880wrestling@gmail.com, and we would love to have you also be a part of the family. Also, I want to give a big shout out to the folks who are making us go live each and every Thursday on IndyWrestling.live and on YouTube. Sorg and the folks over at Sidekick Media Services. Our amazing camera people who do fantastic work as well. Give it up to them. They make this whole production happen. Also, shout out over on sound to Lane as well as Dee, who have been helping us. They do a fantastic job, as always. Of course, our lighting crew, give it up to Zane, give it up to Aaron, the entire Woods family, who do fantastic work. I also want to give a shout out to our commentary team for this evening. You saw him earlier tonight interviewing Nick Wilde and Brandon St. James. Give it up for Pittsburgh's favorite jagoff, Austin Carr.
You all right, buddy? That was a
We also have over on commentary. Give a big round of applause for professional Paul Michaels. And last but not least, I cannot forget the voice of 880 Wrestling. Give it up for Toddy Tondera.
Can I get a pen flip in? Nope. Forget it.
I also want to thank our referees for this evening, J.D. River, Scotty Davidson, Tony Leo, who've been doing a fantastic job as always. And last but not least, my name is Eamon Payton. Thank you for allowing me to host each and every Thursday here at the warehouse.
I didn't catch my pen. I only do 50% of the time.
Please welcome to the ring at this time, No Mercy, Zeke Mercer.
Well, fun and games are over. One of the most despicable people in the 880 Wrestling locker room. is on a hell spree with wins over Brianna Bands. The hot streak that they are on as a singles competitor now in 880 Wrestling is, well, they're the hottest they've been, and I guess that requires some microphone time, Paul.
Not going to lie to you, I'm going to be very interested to see what Zeke has to say here and find out what might be next for the pure-coated villain.
Well, Zeke, last time we saw you here at the warehouse, you seemingly put Brianna Bands behind you. Is that the case? What can we look forward to going forward?
What you can look forward to going forward? How about 880 Wrestling actually does something productive and actually promote the best goddamn wrestler here in 880, Zeke Mercer? How about we stop trying to give Zeke these photo challenges, Christian Robinson, Brianna Bands, all these people who are proven they don't hold anything to me, because I don't know if you kept up, but I've beaten Envy Young before. I've beaten the fourth line before, both of them. I am the reason why we got rid of Little Miss Bands. And in fact, you want to know something? You want to know how bad AA treats me, like you wear that shirt so proud? Do you want to read? Actually, I'm going to read to you what they told me. Look at this. I haven't even got paid for the last show. This is how much they hate me. They said, because of your actions to Brianna Bands during the match, which was considered uncalled for and unsportsmanlike, we have decided to withhold your pay to make sure Brianna's copay is paid off. No. I don't want to hear anything from it.
At least you got a text.
No. See, you guys don't get to cheer when I don't get paid, because I am the reason why you guys even show up. You can chant all the expletives you want, but I'm the reason why your favorite wrestlers are your favorite. I'm the reason why you even gave AA a chance. I'm the reason that you even know that Pittsburgh's a wrestling scene, because I am Pittsburgh's favorite crash house. I am the reason why you're over here. Like I said, I'm the reason why that camera's there. I'm the reason why the lights are here, because they know that I'm a star, but they don't want to. Everyone in the back knows I'm one of the best goddamn wrestlers in the Midwest. I'm the best trans wrestler in the goddamn United States. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm a locker room leader. They may not want to act like I'm a leader here, but I am the person.
You know, I'm not naive to the fact that I'm not considered a locker room leader here at 880. But there was a time when my word carried a lot of weight in many a locker room. When the people that present the opportunities came to me and asked me, what do you think of this Zeke Mercer? You think they asked something? Without hesitation, I said absolutely. I could see the passion. I could see the untapped potential you held. You could be a leader, a measuring stick for not only your generation, but the generation after you. That's the kind of talent I saw in you, Zeke. And as we stand here today, and I'm able to assess the wrestler you've become, I can say without a shadow of a doubt how unbelievably wrong I was. And tomorrow night, Zeke, I'm going to expose just what a disappointment you've become.
Well, if it wasn't clear, Matt Connard is challenging Zeke Mercer for tomorrow.
If you all really think his words have any truth, then you guys are just as stupid as next is Collinsville, Pennsylvania. Because if you really think I'm a disappointment here, baby, I'm the only reason why he's even back. So let me tell you something, Matt Carter. Since you want to make a spooky video with the low lights and the little thing, go ahead, bro. Be spooky. But just remember, Zeke Mercer doesn't fear the Reaper. And just so you know, the only Reaper you should fear is the one you might see at the end of the match. Axe Bree.
Challenge made, challenge accepted. Tomorrow night, the queer-coded villain, Zeke Mercer. The Reaper, Matt Connard, painted black too, and those two seem to want to paint it red.
What a matchup that will be. We're less than 24 hours away, and the show keeps getting bigger.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got more wrestling to come. Who's ready for a championship match? That sounds about right. Your next contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. And it is for the Honor Among Wrestling Championship.
Hey, you never know what you're going to see when you tune into Thursday Night Fights. We've seen this competitor, Elijah Love, and what he can do alongside the man-eater, Centurion Hall. And the biggest opportunity in the young career of Elijah Love happens tonight. And this is why, Paul, I always encourage the fans of 880 Wrestling to tune in every week. You never know who's going to come through our doors. What do you think of young Elijah Love?
Elijah Love has all of the tools. I think this is going to be a breakout year for Elijah Love. If 2025 wasn't, you could argue that the end of 2025 especially. You know, big moments like the moonsault at Penn Brewery. And Elijah Love now trying to get things together here in singles competition with a championship opportunity, if I heard correctly.
And guess who? It's everybody's favorite boyfriend, and he's back. Of course, the Honor Among Wrestling Championship. A very prideful title that it is. The last time we saw Mateo Valentine, they went one-on-one with Marco Narciso. But it is Mateo Valentine's season. Just a year ago, Mateo Valentine and Nick Wilde went one-on-one at Painted Black 1. Had a runner-up in the QWI for Match of the Year. So it only is the famous Bridge Queen and her goal this evening. And I think our audience can read the shirt.
Always great to see Mateo Valentine back here in 880 Wrestling. I always get the warm and fuzzies. The first pro wrestling match I ever called was a Mateo Valentine match. Great to see Mateo back, but what an opportunity this is for Elijah Love to potentially take that Honor Among Wrestling Championship.
Your referee for this contest, J.D. River. Introducing first, to my right, the challenger, being accompanied to the ring by Centurion Hall. Fighting out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, this is the Playboy, Elijah Love. And their opponent, to my left, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, weighing in tonight at 220 pounds of fried chicken and dumplings. Don't forget the sauce. They are the current Honor Among Wrestling Champion, the Fat Femme Asian Sensation, Mateo Valentine.
Thank looking for those championship introductions are Wise, Al, and Clayton. I think the crowd chose their favorite, Paul.
Absolutely. They are coming alive for Mateo Valentine. This big championship matchup.
And Mateo Valentine's...
They can read the shirt too, apparently.
Mateo Valentine, once they became champion, they vowed to defend that championship anywhere they go, being a mainstay at 880 Wrestling. Only apropos to defend that championship here on Thursday. Now, from what I understand in the headset, Mateo Valentine will be a part of Peyton in Black 2. I guess we'll have to see tomorrow what Mateo's getting into. Cartwheel over. And let's talk about Elijah a little bit. I mean, this is the biggest match of their young career. They've been in there with some of 880's most perfected superstars. Has been in there with MV Young, been in there with Brandon St. James, but never have they had, quick cover here, never had they had a singles championship opportunity quite as large as this one.
Absolutely, just the raw athletic talent of Elijah Love is something to behold. It's always great to be here in person. You just kind of feel like you very well could be seeing the next big thing here in 880 Wrestling every time Elijah Love is in the ring. And again, iron sharpens iron, even though Elijah's come out on the losing end in the record books in some of those big matchups that you mentioned. You know, not only when you lose, you can learn from that, certainly, as we've got some.
I mean, we talk about iron sharpen iron. I think tassels sharpen tassels in this one. Okay. Trying to get through here. And the Bridge Queen with that flexibility. Upside down gyration. How professional is that?
It was certainly effective in terms of, I think, what Mateo wanted to do there, as the matchup is now back in their control.
You're not going to have to get that one dry cleaned out of your tie, right?
No, I think the tie will be here tomorrow. I think we're good with that, thankfully.
And this is where that fried chicken and dumplings comes into play. Headlock takeover by the champion. Referee checking those shoulders, making sure their shoulders aren't down. Leg lock. In pretty tight there around the throat of Valentine. Thumbs up. And there's that roar of the warehouse. Did you do that, Paul?
Not even on my best day.
Kick to the gut. Now Mateo Valentine, been in the pro wrestling business for quite some time. Elijah Love doesn't have the years or the miles that Mateo Valentine has, but when you train with the Steel City Killers at 880 Wrestling, you have a certain grit, a certain tenacity that any given Thursday could be your night. Drop toe hold into the second rope, and both of those knees into the back of Valentine.
And certainly you can always look at a experience disparity as always kind of an advantage to the more experienced of the two competitors. But when you talk about someone youthful like Elijah Love, there's also a particular hunger there, a way for Elijah to want to prove themselves in a matchup like this. And sometimes that closes the gap a little bit between youth and experience.
Of course, our big main event, B-Boy and Dani Mo. I mean, this is a slightly bigger stage with it being the disco before the breakdown. We have an accomplished athlete backstage, B-Boy, and I mean, they're showing off for Dani Mo and B-Boy in every match. When those vets are looking at the monitors backstage, they're checking in with the current crop of talent in professional wrestling, in independent wrestling. So it's not only a bigger stage out here, but it's a bigger stage back there as well.
certainly looking forward to B-Boy's 880 Wrestling debut up next in our main event. Toddy, we're about the same age, right? So what was your first exposure to B-Boy? When did you learn of B-Boy?
Oh, when I learned of B-Boy, I was a little boy myself. Early matches with B-Boy, with Chris Hero, with Claudio Castagnoli. I mean, in there with CM Punk. And a lot of innovative maneuvers you see on modern television now, believe it or not, were inspired by B-Boy. But right now, the only inspired thing going on now is a strike contest, forearm shiver, snapmare takeover. Oh, big pump kick to the back. Oh, double stomp. We've seen it been quite effective for Elijah before. Two count. Gotta say, this contest so far, Elijah Love, the Playboy, hanging in there with Mateo.
Absolutely, and these are the types of things here that get you noticed in a place like 880 Wrestling. Being able to get in there and hang with some of the best that not just Pittsburgh, but all of independent wrestling has to offer. Good fall there.
Kind of like how you hang in there with some of the best. Austin Carnes you hang with.
Austin did a great interview tonight.
Yeah.
I'll give Austin his due. You know who I would love to see Austin interview?
Who's that?
Me.
You.
Yes, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, you didn't get that invite, did you? Right now, Elijah Love, I think, slowing the pace down. Slowing down Mateo Valentine. You can see the exhaustion on the face of Mateo. Super kick to the midsection. And vice versa. We talk about Elijah Love and the opportunity it is for Elijah Love to be in there with a competitor like Mateo Valentine. But on the opposite end, Mateo Valentine, if Mateo drops that precious championship of his, I mean, that says something too, no?
Absolutely. Zero doubt about that, Toddy. And Elijah's been in complete control here for the last few minutes. And then
there's those acrobatics you spoke of, Paul. But Mateo Valentine doesn't want to look silly in the city of Pittsburgh tonight.
And that's where you see the experience of Mateo being able to dodge that offense and kind of take things back into their favor.
Big knee. Oh, planted down. Two count. And again, if you're just tuning in to Professional Paul Michaels, I'm Toddy Tondera. Mateo Valentine, Elijah Love, championship opportunity, and still to come, Dani Mo and B-Boy. Less than 24 hours away from Painted Black 2. Get your tickets now. And this is why she calls himself the Bridge Queen.
And we do love our bridges in Pittsburgh.
In this case, it's just purple and glittery. Oh, Centurion Hall, the man-eater, up on the apron, distracting the champion, which allows the Playboy to take control. Wait a second, cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, just a 2 count. Put that bell ringer down, Paul.
I was absolutely convinced that the man-eater would have been the great equalizer there. That distraction, I think, functioned exactly as intended, giving Elijah an opening to potentially score the pinfall.
We'll talk about the equalizer that Centurion Hall has been to Elijah Love. Their partnership has coalesced, and I think not only is Centurion Hall a viable cheerleader, but they're tough as nails too, but you can't slap Mateo Valentine. In fact, Mateo loves when you slap him.
Yeah, I don't think those were working the way that Elijah intended them to.
Oh! 1, 2, oh, 2 count. Now look at this opportunity for Elijah. I think Mateo may be, dare I say, looking over Elijah into painted black.
And we're getting into the stages of this match, Toddy, that it's just kind of becoming a battle of wills here. And I think Centurion Hall becomes an even bigger factor, as I think both competitors are kind of starting to wear down.
Well, Elijah has something in his hand, and the referee notices that. But Centurion Hall has that championship. Oh, did you see that, Paul? Centurion Hall just hit Mateo with that belt. I saw it.
That did not happen.
I saw it. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. The ref's is going to hold the whistle because this is a championship match, but I mean, I've got two eyes. I saw her in there. Roll up, 2. Kind of an even playing field, a one-on-one now. Woo! Oh! Slack jaw down. 2. Oh, 2 count. Oh, sheesh. After Mateo got slammed across the face with that championship title, I'm surprised he could still continue. I'm glad that the man-eater's out of here. Better chomp on some man back there.
After Centurion Hall unjustly jettisoned from the ring, no matter what you say, Elijah Love still coming really close to that opportunity, and I think I know what Elijah might be thinking here, that patented moonsault.
That Playboy salt. Oh, wow! Oh, gay rights! Covered by the champ. Ring it up, Paul.
Here is your winner, and still Honor Among Wrestling Champion, Mateo Valentine.
There is honor amongst thieves in Pittsburgh, PA on a Thursday. Mateo Valentine ending Elijah Love's night with some gay rights. And speaking about ending a night, I think you're needed backstage, Paul. If you could send Austin out here.
I can do that. When I do that, could you talk to him about maybe getting me on 2 Jagoffs?
Yeah, that'll be the first thing I mention when I see Austin for sure.
I'll keep an eye out on my email.
Yeah,
thank you so
Paul.
much.
Yes.
I'll get him.
Well, joining the commentary position, Pittsburgh's favorite Jagoff, Austin Carnes, for our main event.
Give it up one more time, folks, for Mateo Valentine. Have y'all been enjoying yourselves tonight? It sounds like you've been enjoying yourselves tonight. But right before we go into tomorrow night, Painted Black 2, we got one more match for you. Your main event of the evening, and it's a damn good one. So who's ready for the main event? This match is a singles match, scheduled for 1 fall.
Main event time here, Austin Carnes, Toddy Tondera. Welcome to the booth, Austin.
It's great to be here, Toddy, and I can't wait for this main event.
Making her way to the ring, fighting out of the 4-1-2. This is world record holder, Dynamite Dani Mo!
A beloved superstar of the Pittsburgh area who's been making waves all over the United States. One of the only wrestlers in the world to fight on Mount Everest. She's climbed and climbed her whole career, and tonight it's East Coast versus West Coast, Dani Mo and B-Boy.
Dani Mo, one of my personal favorites here on the Pittsburgh scene today. Can't wait to call this one with you, Toddy. This is going to be great.
And her opponent,
a big welcome from 880 Wrestling. See you booking a little bit next to me.
Sounds like a jam, Toddy. Straight vibes.
Making his 880 Wrestling debut, fighting out of San Diego, California. This is the New Age Punisher, B-Boy.
And Austin, this is one of the most influential superstars to still lace up the boots over 25 years pro. So my earliest days were watching matches with Chris Hero and B-Boy, Claudio Castagnoli and B-Boy. But B-Boy would come up again and again. And welcome to Pittsburgh, a living legend.
Welcome to Pittsburgh, B-Boy. And I got to tell you, Toddy, for the 2 days that B-Boy's going to be here, he sure has his work cut out for him. Dani Mo tonight, and then, of course, tomorrow. This is a straight vibe, Toddy. I'm feeling it.
And Dani Mo, too, has been influenced by B-Boy. She herself wanted this matchup, requested this of B-Boy, and ask and you shall receive. Oh, B-Boy said there's something in her hair. No, that's just the ups that it has.
I mean, you never know, Toddy. I mean, I understand, I guess, but I don't think Dani Mo, of all people, would have something in her hair.
Yeah, right? Of course, Dani Mo here in Pittsburgh, a regular at Enjoy Wrestling, one of the final competitors in the Enjoy Odyssey. Unfortunately, that was won by Darius Carter. Scott Lefty Davidson, the referee for this contest. Big smile on her face. Sure, she's happy to be across the ring from B-Boy.
Seems like our audience so far has a little bit of respect for both competitors.
I mean, Austin, you said it first.
Talk about compassion in the warehouse,
right? Yeah.
Toddy. You love to see it.
IWA Mid-South background. I mean, B-Boy has grown up with some thieves like Homicide. B-Boy's not going to shake any hands. And tomorrow night, of course, B-Boy versus MB Young at Painted Black 2. And B-Boy treating Dani Mo a little petty here, Austin, no?
Yeah, I kind of think so, and I don't think that's the wisest move. I mean, we've talked about Dani Mo, traveled all across the country, multiple different promotions, arguably one of the best wrestlers on the independents today. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily be toying around with him.
Oh.
He's going to leave her there.
A little bit of mind games from B-Boy. I think B-Boy understands what's at stake as well. You know, B-Boy doesn't want to show up out of their 25 years plus of experience and taken lightly by any competitor that he's against, let alone Dani Mo.
B-Boy definitely has a strength advantage here in this match. Goes for a big chop, but Dani Mo has one of her own.
The San Diego, Californian native.
Damn!
This is what I was saying, Austin. If you want to take Dani Mo lightly.
Dani Mo has been in there with some of the very best, and look at the athletic ability from Dani Mo.
She was just trying to play nice. B-Boy on the outside, and Dani Mo going to follow and out. uppercut down to the floor.
How about Dani Mo electric here in the start of the match? Oh, she's not finished yet, Toddy.
Gets the ropes. Oh, caught off in the pass. A big strike to the temple. Crumpled up like a piece of trash and out of the ring. She might be out.
Yeah, she might be knocked out cold, Toddy. And just like that, things change. I mean, what a right hand there from B-Boy.
You can feel the momentum shift in the room.
You can also hear the reaction shift as well. This was once a I love both you crowd, now just a Dani Mo chant crowd.
Oh, telling our audience at the warehouse move. Breaking the count. Oh! That steel garage door.
And that steel garage door has no give, Toddy.
B-Boy picking up Dani Mo. Oh, and like a battering ram. Oh, no! Into that steel door. Crumples Dani Mo. Look at the smug look on B-Boy's face.
Yeah, you could probably hear the thud a mile away, Toddy, as we take another look at Dani Mo going head first into that garage door. And she has barely moved since.
Well, you fans at home can hear that.
I don't think I need to repeat that.
But this is how B-Boy has cut his teeth over the years. I mean, he's fought in Aztec temples before, so the scenarios which he finds himself in, he's used to the 880 wrestling style that the environment is a weapon. Not to be taken lightly is Dani Mo.
Not at all. We can make a similar case for Dani Mo too, Toddy. I mean, she's traveled all over the place competing in similar promotions. As she just takes a chop there from B-Boy. So both competitors are very familiar with the 880 vibe, so to speak.
B-Boy begging Dani Mo to stay down. I think deep in the soul of B-Boy, he may have some respect for Dani Mo and just wants her to lay down.
I'm saying, think of it like this too, Toddy. This is a warm-up for tomorrow for MV Young. I mean, B-Boy wants to go against the very best we have in Pittsburgh. The only other person I can think of outside of MV Young is Dani Mo.
Forearm shiver. Absorbed, if anything, by B-Boy.
Face B-Boy and oh my God, knockout punch.
Again, leaving her lying. Asking Scott Lefty Davidson to count, before she has a standing 10 count to reach.
I don't know, Toddy. Dani Mo might be out after that. Porch lights are on, but nobody's home. She's not moved.
B-Boy there for a second was giving her his back, a sign of disrespect.
Already at a count of 8.
Oh no.
We're at 9 now, Toddy.
She's up. She's up. And barely.
Yeah, Dani Mo has that fighting spirit, Toddy. Breaks the 10 count.
B-Boy said it's a wrap. But that's exactly what Dani wanted to hear. From unconsciousness, bringing out with a flying cross body, but so much has already been taken out of her.
So much is taken out of her, Toddy, but this might be the string of life that she needed here in this match as we take another look at the cross body all the way from up top. Possible moment of breather now for Dani Mo.
You know, Dani Mo, I'm sure, grew up looking at B-Boy as a potential athlete that she could model herself out of. And, I mean, Dani Mo knows the seriousness of this contest, too. Austin, you said it yourself, both these two are very well traveled, but they don't have a singles win over one another.
This is certainly going to be a first, and Dani Mo faking out B-Boy. Catches him in the jaw. Oh, and look at this. Innovative! Sunset Outside flip cover.
Oh, just a 2 count.
Wow, wow, wow. Where the hell did Dani Mo pull that out of?
Now is her time, Austin. She's got B-Boy down.
Completely rocked B-Boy, and she's just lining him up now, stalking her prey.
Oh, catching the boot. Maybe telegraphed that a little bit too much.
Yeah, Dani Mo knows she made a mistake. B-Boy has that leg.
Oh, big cutter. Cover.
Picture perfect. This may do it.
Oh, just a 2 count. Woo. But I mean, a superstar like Dani Mo is so beloved in this city. Mentioned it before, the heart of the city being those primetime players of MV Young, Dani Mo, Andrew Palace. These are all beloved heroes of ours. And despite the respect that this crowd has for B-Boy, they don't like seeing him beat down Dani Mo here.
Oh, and look at Dani Mo. Staring a hole right through B-Boy.
Oh, catching. And around with a rodeo DDT. Fired up.
Turn me up, Dani Mo. Oh, God.
Michinoku driver, 2. Oh, 2 counts as lefty.
And this is the explosiveness that Dani Mo brings to the table. Our audience thinks it was a 3 count, but it was only 2, Toddy.
I think Dani realizes you don't get many opportunities like that against B-Boy, so any slim margin you got to sneak yourself into. She thought she may have had him now. Clubbing blows to the back.
Oh, wait a minute. B-Boy reverses. Good God. What a brain buster cover.
2 count.
Oh, B-Boy's not done, Toddy. Double underarm hook.
Oh. 2 count. Dani's still in this. And remember, as you mentioned, this is night 1 of 2 for B-Boy. The King of Pittsburgh is on the menu tomorrow.
Both competitors still in this fight. B-Boy to his knees, though, wondering what more does he have to do to put away Dani Mo. He thought that was going to do it last time around.
From Boyle Heights to Bakersfield to San Diego to New Jersey and now to Pittsburgh. Oh. I don't think either of them could even stand up. Exchanging forearm shivers.
Yeah, but even though they can't stand, Toddy, they still want to fight. Good God, what a slap.
Oh, goodness. Headbutt. That'll dizzy up the girl there. Wait.
Big right hand.
I think B-Boy is taking that as a challenge.
I think you might be right, Toddy, but Dani Mo still has some fight, too. Oh, big
there
kick.
we go. She looked for that before. A bit more lucky this time through.
And B-Boy is dazed right now, Toddy. Oh, no, that's disrespectful.
Oh, so is that.
That was warranted. Dani Mo going for a cover, but look at B-Boy just rolling outside the ring. That veteran experience playing in the part here now, Toddy.
But Dani Mo is going to follow him. Oh, big DDT to the brick and cement flooring here at the warehouse.
Did you hear the thud from B-Boy's head as it bounced off the damn concrete?
Lefty up to 3. They've got 10 seconds. Dani's in.
Dani was almost count out earlier. Might be B-Boy's chance now to break the count. Count of 7. B-Boy going to make it back in.
By the skin of his teeth, he shoves his carcass under the bottom rope, and we're back to square one. But the gas tanks of these two, I mean, they're never on E.
I'll say 2 close 9 counts for both competitors so far. B-Boy was able to break the count, but I don't think it's still quite in this yet.
No, he's like dead weight. It's like a limp body she's picking up.
Dani Mo realizes that this may be the beginning of the end. Wait a minute, roll up.
1, 2. Oh, come on, like that. That's how we're going to finish this.
Here is your winner, the New Age Punisher, B-Boy.
B-Boy victorious in the main event of Thursday Night Fights, and I don't think anyone here, including ourselves, thought it was going to end that way.
I didn't think so at all, Toddy. What an upset we have here on Thursday Night Fights. Dani Mo came in thunderous to start, but B-Boy gets the win in the end, and you can only imagine that MV Young is probably watching in the back.
Dani Mo looking on. That's what we like to see. Dani Mo, B-Boy, embracing.
That's what you love to see, Toddy. Great show of respect to end off Thursday Night Fights. What a showing for these two.
Well, as it always is, Austin, it was an honor to call that main event with you. Tomorrow night, that man right there, the New Age Punisher, Blazing B-Boy versus the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young, Brandon St. James, Nick Wilde in a steel cage match, and so much more. We will see you at Painted Black 2 from Pittsburgh's favorite Jagoff, Austin Carnes. I am Toddy Tondera. Wait a second here.
Oh, you hear that? That was them. I think it was MV that just walked by us.
Wait, B-Boy calling to the ring, the King of Pittsburgh. A show of respect and a preview of tomorrow. Unexpectedly, B-Boy shaking the hand of MV Young. Well, Austin, what a night that's been. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Toddy. What a night it's been.
From Austin Carnes, I'm Toddy Tondera. We'll see you tomorrow night at Painted Black. Get roached.
What excuses do